gentlemen, as we are coming to the final approach for landing, please kindly ensure your seatbelt is fastened, sit upright, table tray is stowed, window shade is open. Thank you.
Whew. Okay, wow. Hi, welcome to... I would like to call this the safe space because I've been making this my safe space for, let's say, the entirety of COVID and more. Welcome. If you haven't noticed, I've dreaded posting this second part because I didn't know where I stood with posting content and posting things that I personally enjoy. And it's not because I don't like sharing it with you guys. Posting on social media has been a little bit of a battle for myself. Me, I love being in front of the camera, being behind the camera, being the one that just cooperates on both sides and be able to create something. But lately posting, just seeing the publish button is what's giving me the chronic fear of being online, and I don't know why. Don't ask me. It's my brain is trying to wire as to what connections is giving me this fear of doing so, but here we are. I've been struggling to post a second part, and I still have a third part left. Like, I have Singapore, and then there's Boracay. So I am terribly sorry for the delay on this, but here we are, Singapore. So I hope you do like the video regardless. I am still proud of the video that I made, and I do want to post it online, and I do feel confident of putting it out there for strangers to look and criticize. So enjoy. Okay, I gotta stop filming now before I make this more awkward for you guys. From being the go-to destination to visit from Crazy Rich Asians to the go-to destination of brand ambassador trips, this, my friends, is Singapore. Now, this trip was actually a last-minute planned situation on our part. We had a lot of unforeseen circumstances despite the fact that we originally planned on visiting Singapore first. However, here we are, and I'm really glad we made it despite all of those very unfortunate situations. So for our first day, I will say we struggled a lot, as in we could not figure out the bus system, but thanks to the hotel staff, we managed on the second day. So this is actually me and my parents just going into the buses and feeling the sigh of relief that we made it and that we would have a place to go for the next few days. So Singapore was actually really nice to explore and surprisingly really easy to ask people for help. I could not stress this enough. If ever you're planning to visit Singapore yourself, please just ask anyone, especially at the MRTs. You will at least find one person that is willing to help you, like we did here. We found a group of people, they were willing to let us know how it works, how to go around, how to use the machines, and we were pros by the end of the day. So really, all it takes sometimes is just one question. I don't know if you guys recognize this building over here, but oh my mic. I think there's actually a place over there that we could walk, so maybe we might get a closer look. But with this weather, it's actually just perfect. It's not too sunny, and I'm not dying in the heat, so it's really nice. Well, we were planning to go there, but honestly it's full of people, so I wouldn't recommend going because it's actually so busy. Can you see that whole line up there? Like, dude, it's a lot. So honestly, we're settling with just being here, and I think that's more than enough. Now, since we did not do enough research, sightseeing places were technically the forefront of what we knew, and we kind of just landscaped around it, kind of walked around, get a feel of each area. However, if I were to redo this trip or go back, I would most definitely look more into the local businesses and cafes, because now that I'm doing this research, I see so many places I could have gone to visit and experience, and I really do think that that is the best way to experience Singapore in its entirety. Use the local transportation. If you know anyone that actually lives in Singapore, ask them for recommendations, or even just bump into a local person, just be like, hey, like, do you have any place you recommend going to? Because you never know, you might just find your next favorite spot to eat or your next favorite spot to visit. Now, if there was one place I would recommend you to go see, and specifically go like almost afternoon, almost nighttime, it's Gardens by the Bay. This place, it's so unreal. And the fact that we just had to be there on the day that it was pouring rain really saddens me because we had to leave like halfway through the show. But please go visit this place. It is, even if you don't want to stay for the show, stay just to learn about the place. The way it is made is absolutely insane, and I would 100% go back. I ended up stop filming afterwards because it started raining and pouring, so we're finally on the way back to the hotel. Oh my god. It was a whole adventure back, and I didn't want to film anymore because it was so busy. So yeah. Now, for this last day, we really just relaxed. I don't know how else to say this. We took our time, we walked around. When we saw something that piqued our interest, we went to it. We saw a lot of locals just going in very specific alleyways and shops, and despite them not being full of tourists, they were also once again just easy to interact with. So truly, I think Singapore is best explored on foot.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am someone that usually has an itinerary planned, and despite the lack of said plan, we had a fun trip. We actually got to explore things and find places that we never thought we could just because we walked around. Just like this apparently really famous place called Songfa. I have never heard of it before, and that may make me sound dumb, but I had the best food of my life in there. It was a Michelin star place, so I guess if you have the chance to go there and have the time to wait 30 minutes in line, please do check it out. But that wraps up Singapore and most of the clips that I could fit and that worked. But I do hope you did enjoy watching, because I ended up losing my beans about a few hours ago after violently throwing up. So I am now by myself in the hotel room because I am the one that's the most physically unwell to get food for my last night here in Singapore. So everyone else went to get me some, and I also have a flight in about 7 to 8 hours from now to Boracay. So let's just hope I just don't get food poisoning twice before coming back home, because that would be absolutely terrifying. Right, I forgot about that.